I ask for the truth on behalf of Celine-Roz Picasso concerning financial and career issues, and ask this in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the truth always. And we cut the deck for you there, Celine, and move it neatly to the side here. And we'll deal out 3 cards. The first card is for the recent past. The second card is for the present, and the third card here is for the immediate future. Let's just see, of course, what's been going on. We established the situation, don't we? The recent past, of course, is about a moon phase behind between now and this time last month. And of course the immediate future is again a moon phase ahead. Between now and this time last month, about 3 or 4 weeks or so into the future, isn't it? It's not too far. It's something we can handle and deal with. Of course, you're going on about you just lost your millionth job or whatever it is, your wrongful dismissal and all this, and so on, and it's not good, is it, especially if we've got to keep the finances going. Let's just see what's going on there, what's been going on just recently, what energy vibrated, why did this all happen maybe, and what was it that did happen. Let's find the truth out as we just flip this card nice and slowly there. And notice you've got the serpent, and the serpent, really the energy of the serpent, yes, a sly and subtle approach has been needed. The serpent, of course, can get in the nooks and crannies of a situation. In nature, it can go in between stones and in rocks, can't it? And in places where other creatures can't get. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe you've had to you've had to sort of go about things a bit. Yes, attention to detail, but more on the sly, in the sense of on the quiet. When you've been checking things out and doing things, just making sure, not so much being dishonest or not declaring what you should declare legally, but nevertheless just letting them know what they ask for, and of course keeping your eye out, making sure you can see them but they can't see you. Because of course when a serpent or a snake hunts, of course they have to be very sort of savvy in that department, don't they? And it seems as though you've had to do that. But yes, attention to detail, but nevertheless it's this on the quiet, keeping a low profile really, from that point of view. Maybe if you're in debt or something like that, say, and paying your bills probably just a bit later than normal, but just enough to get away with it, just so you can until the next payday or something like that, or the next time when you can get your hands on some money, and you're living on that sort of thread, aren't you? Hanging on a thread. Let's just, or you have been. Let's just see what's going on now, though. Will you get another job so you can lose it again? Sorry. Let's just flip the card to see what it is. Well, the energy of the talisman there indicates that you're destined to succeed in getting another job. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're in and out of jobs like bloody yo-yos up and down. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're too good at getting jobs, but you're also too good at losing them as well. But in this case, yes, you're destined to succeed, because of course you've had enough jobs there to have lost before. So if it's just a case you can't hold a job down, then it's just the case is just to hold it down next time, or just try and be a bit more successful next time. But you know, you will be okay for getting a job around now, actually. If there's an interview there or something like that, looking into the green of the heart chakra, maybe go for a job that you want to do and not a job you feel you have to do just to pay the bills. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's a time for change, a time for a different approach. A sly and subtle approach, yes, has been needed. Did you follow that instruction? Let's see what the immediate future holds. What will come of this? Will you get that job? Will you succeed eventually? And will you come into the better financial situation than you're supposed to do? Well, the energy of the minstrel there from the royal court just vibrates in your immediate future, just indicating really that you've got to let your intentions be known. You've got to let them know what you want. Well, when you came for this job, this is the job interview. When you came for the job, what is it that you were wanting from it? What did you want from it, other than making money for yourself and paying your own bills? What can you bring to the company? How can you help us expand, or whatever it may be? And this is, well, in the sense of really, you've got to let other if you're going to succeed in your career position, yes, you're destined to succeed now to find something, but once that success has come, you must let them know what it is you want from it, because that way, if you keep it, you lose it. In the sense of, if you don't get the job, if you don't get the job, then at least you haven't got a job to lose. So if you let them know what you want and they give you what you want, then of course you've got a higher chance of keeping what you want than not saying what you want and saying I didn't want that and getting kicked out. Which really, tell me about it, I get kicked out of a lot of Facebook groups because I don't tend to, well, it's not so much I don't tell people what I want, it's just I tend to tell people the truth, like I'm telling you the truth now, and they don't like it and they kick me out. And maybe that's why you'll get kicked out of your next job, because you don't want to tell them what you want from this. And it's not about being dishonest, about being honest or dishonest or whatever. It's not about that. It's not even about the truth or lies. It's just about telling them what you intend to do with this job that you've got with them. And if they don't give you the job, as I say, if they don't give you the job in the first place, then you've got nothing to lose, because you've not lost the job, you just haven't got the job. But any job that you do get will be one that you'll have a higher chance of keeping, because you will have told them what you want, they'll know what the crack is, they'll know what the score is, and they'll know what you're about. And instead of you suddenly turning around saying, oh, by the way, I've just become pregnant, can I have some hours off? Oh, we don't like pregnant women in this bloody department. You know what companies are like. You know what people are like. They're bastards. And unfortunately, if you've been wrongfully dismissed, then you'll know what it's about, won't you? So at the end of the day, let's just let people know what it is you want. Let them know what job you want. Instead, go for what you follows your heart there, follow the heart chakra, the green of the heart chakra, and you'll be destined to succeed, because you'll be going for what you want and not for what just pays the bills, which won't really be what you want, but it'll pay the bills and then you lose the job. Because eventually you tell them, well, I wanted that, and they say, well, you never said at the beginning. And this is what happens, you see. At the end of the day, you just lose the job, and that's it. You're back to square one, round and round and round in a bloody circle. Here we bloody go again. So please, Celine, just for me, just tell them what you want at the beginning, and it's either make or break at the beginning, and then it means you can move on and tell the next one what you want, and you've got more time. Time is a finite resource. We haven't got that much of it, so try and not waste time by holding things back, and that's all there is to it. Yes, a sly and subtle approach was needed, doing things on the quiet and only saying only telling people what they ask for, and keeping on the sly. But there's sometimes when you do have to tell people what you want, and that way they know what it is, and they know how to handle you and know what you're about, and if you're worth taking on. And if you're not worth taking on, then they don't take you on. But somebody who thinks, oh, she's told me that she wants this and she wants that, she's got kids, or maybe, or she's got this and wants that, and so we can provide for that, I think we'll be all right with that for you, then they'll take you on, and you've got a high chance of keeping that, haven't you? It's a lot, I suppose, like a relationship. If halfway through your marriage, after 10 or 20 years, you suddenly turn around to your husband and say, sorry, I don't like people with dark hair, well, don't worry, it'll go grey in another 20 years, so you'll be okay, but for now I'll divorce you until it does. That's a ridiculous sort of thing to do. You tell them right at the outset, and then you can get on with your life and find somebody you do like. That sort of thing. I'm not saying it's that, I'm just saying that sort of thing. In this case, let them know what you bloody want. Just spit it bloody out. For now, these cards have spoken.